Oh dear. And a little sister, isn't it? Can you remember Magpie? I can. Hello, darling. I remember seeing your wedding photo on a regular basis at Auntie Alex. I remember putting some curtains up in front of her at one point.
And that's what they put in the place, is it?
Yes. And that was a grass virgin, of course, it never ended up being one.
Well, my mum, every Friday, when we come from school, me and her used to have to go on Fleetstead, Plummy Stone, up drain, and go across and clean the toilet and dustbin all out.
I mean, how could they have made that in grass?
Because they were paths, especially on now. They were all St Albans.
I'll tell you, I think they spoiled it. I think they spoiled it when they took the dustbin.
Oh, well, I think they did. Yeah. That were after floods.
That's how big Tips was as well.
No.
You look wonderful in winter. It will have living in Swiss Alps for about 4 weeks.
So these are all on, are they?
Brian's still here.
John Dawson, Brian Jenkins,
Well, Muriel, who's put all this on, is John's sister.
Paul Bingham's up in that. And they always called it Spike.
See, we left when, about 16, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
But my dad was born in that.
Yes. It sounded though it was flipping Spike. They were swearing. We always called it Spike Island.
Well, we were an island when we were cut off, weren't we?
Oh, you couldn't get through, could you?
Well, it used to be flooded, didn't it?
Yeah.
You had it.
I was kicking a football in between openings, obviously.
You look up rows on one of them, you can see Co-op at the top, and they used to have a Nestle machine outside. We used to get lollies. Anyway, buy one, pull the drawer out so far.
Facebook.
We used to have to go to the refuge tip to go to school, didn't we?
Yeah. They have taken dustbins.
There's not another health and safety there. You know where the railway lines run right behind school straight down here, to Island Colliery. We used to go up down railway lines and over the refuge tip.
They used to come from all over Chesterfield tipping dustbins just over here. Just as it was a landfill then, it was just a big... Well, again, we played hours in there, didn't we?
It was healthier.
Oh, we've never... This stream runs across, they used to call it Blackwaters. For reason, it was black, full of tar, coalite stuff.
We used to dump in it.
We used to play in it, swing on it. I don't know how we're still alive, honestly.
You build up immunity.
Today now, you wouldn't let your kids near it.
Can you remember when all this used to flood at Pink House?
Yes.
You used to have like a lot of stuff back in there as well, didn't you?
Down here. One time, you could have actually to first opening. We couldn't get nowhere. Coming in the town, we'd have to school because of floods.
I've got some pictures somewhere of me Uncle Morris on Staveley Road flood in a dinghy with my granddad.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, they are.
George stood in.
Yeah, Susan's dad. Yeah,
That's again. Look at Fag.
that's me.
What would you have been then?
I've got to have only been, I don't know, 14, 15.
I bet you're not now.
Eh?
14. What's she going? Is that? Yeah, 14. How old's Dave Steele? He's not very old here, is he? They're all about the same age, aren't they?
She don't look very happy on that
You're like, oh God, we've got to waiting to what youth club they do. What your youth club do?
Come on. Where this is?
Is he here? Where club what was? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they knocked down about, 100 houses and built a football pitch and a club. That's it.
40 houses.
240.
3-bedroom big houses.
Yeah.
What about garden? Did they have a garden or just a yard?
Just yards.
But you
shed a yard then? Like,
But there used to be big outbuildings
and the
before
door was
that.
facing into it.
Big coal houses with all
Just below. Yeah.
Toilet, outside toilet, and then you coal out. Then you coal out, weren't it? You used to dump coal on yard, didn't you? I was a couple of buckets for Oldens. Yeah, I remember when snow we that far up windows.
Yeah.
And we ain't got there, we go about 6 steps up, haven't we? And the snow was that far up it, and my dad literally had to dig out to coal house so we could get the coal up.
What is it? What's that say? Summer, are you?
What number's that?
44.
So when would that have been?
What number is it? 44, I think.
First row, then, isn't it? No, second row. Second row.
Looks like 2 floors.
Three blocks, 36 in a row. Except for what's it row didn't have, did they? Woodhead's row.
Who did that?
Woodhead's row didn't have 12 because Woodhead was doing it, and then it was because they had a gap. You're 5, weren't you, in your block? 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6. 6.
So you were in Woodhead's row?
Yeah, on corner, yeah. And phone box at the bottom of our row, yeah.
Because you used to have a big wall round Woodhead's, didn't
Yes.
Not all, John. I mean, in them days, seriously, we didn't have a deal. We didn't have any money. And I remember as a child, my best present for Christmas was a brand new racing bike.
That's quite a big deal in those days.
It was a big deal because you didn't used to get things like that. We never had no phones and whatever. It used to be mainly clothes in them days, you know, that you used to have. But yeah, we're a big deal.
Were you in and out of everybody's houses and all the time? You were all friends?
Every door would not be locked. Never. Not ever. And again, I think I've got a theory for that as well, because like in those days, people hadn't got computers, they hadn't got iPhones, they hadn't got like valuable items at that time. So everybody had got what everybody else had got. So there weren't nothing worth pinching.
You didn't have your bike nicked?
Yeah, I did actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
After all that?
Yeah, and it was only a fortnight after I had the Christmas present. I went to the shop, local shop at the bottom of the street, come out and it had gone. And then someone found it on a refuse tip at Staveley.
Okay, but you got it back?
Yeah, I got it back in end.
And did you have lots of family living near you?
Yeah. Yeah, all his family was still out.
It's actually our house, where I live, that one.
Now, Sue reckons that's Bill Sharp.
Bill Sharp, I'm just asking Val and I can't... no. Sue probably obviously remembers you going on the Val, can you? That's Club at Top, and that's our house, number 130.
Just on the crossing?
Yeah. As I think going back here a couple, that may be our house looking at the roads. That's the main road. That double-decker bus used to run up here, go across the top and come back down to the road. And at bottom here, what Co-op, not Co-op, Woodheads. And we used to jump on bus, swing on it and ride up to the top and jump off the top. They've conducted each other's off before.
Anthony, isn't it? Was it Anthony? No, it ain't. It was somebody Tufts.
Barry.
Somebody that went to Mrs. Tufts. There were a bit of a debate on Facebook about that.
Somebody said that Raleigh Marshall.
That's what Neil reckons.
I can't seem to recognise him. I know Neil put it on Facebook. But saying that now, he does, looking at Steve and Ian, his lads, he does look like Ali.
Neil said he always wore a polo neck.
He did. Well, then a lot did then.
And that would be our street. That would be Renee Waterfield, Stofford Street.
Would it?
I'm looking at Chimney here.
Well, Chimney were on our street, weren't it? On the first two
on
rows.
First two, so I'm thinking that might be. No, it won't be.
No, that'd be.
That's why I thought.
That's where Anthony Hill and all those lot.
That's why I wonder where Ali did, because he lived on our street, just alongside us.
Neil says he's dashing to get to the pub.
The pub, probably. Going in the right direction, that is a say.
emotional.
It is. It wasn't emotional really until I saw people whose faces I've not seen for 45 years. And then when I had my photo taken with my sister, with the photo, it was just extremely emotional.
And some of them are no longer with us, obviously.
No, our younger sister's not with us anymore. So for us, it's as though we've come back together just for today.
But you've still got Facebook as well.
We have.
Thanks so much for talking.
Yep.
This used to be a fish shop.
The fish shop, or the fish and chip shop.
Florrie and Henry.
Florrie.
Florence, or Flo.
Florrie
Flo.
and Henry.
His name Henry.
Fish and chips.
Yeah,
Every-
best modge you'll ever find. Chips and mushy peas.
Did you go there every week?
He was brilliant, Joe.
Was it wrapped in newspaper?
Yeah. And on he used to have a bike, a basket up front, and on a Friday he used to deliver out village his wet fish. My grandma always had wet fish, and we had it fish, and she did scallops, battered scallops. Yeah. Well, both my grandparents lived here as well, you see.
Was your grandfather in the mine?
Yeah, both of them, yeah. My dad died when he was young, though, 42.
Really?
And my brother were a miner, but he died at 46.
What happens to young people in Poulsbrook now?
That's difficult, that, isn't it? I don't know, really, don't. They hang about just like we did when we were little, but when they leave school, they ain't got much. Authorities have
Do
they?
they go elsewhere?
Well, they can't stay here because they can't have an house. Council won't give houses unless you've already got probably a boy and a girl over a certain age. So, and you have to bid on them. Council house, you have to bid of them. Unless you've got a boy and a girl in between, when he's about 8. Because my son has got 2 step children. They were 16 and they were twins, and he couldn't even qualify for an house back in village. So
It's a bit different from that generation, isn't it?
oh yeah, he got married, he got a house.
Do you think that's why people got married?
Probably so, don't you? Yeah, it would help, yeah.
Is that why you got married?
Well, I lived with my mum when I got married for a bit. Couldn't afford an house. Couldn't afford to pay rent. And rent was £1, 1 shilling.
A lot of money.
£1, 1 shilling. Well, yeah.
Do you pay it weekly or monthly?
Weekly.
How did you
When it was pit, you see, they took out your wages.
Yeah.
Then when they become council houses, then you paid your rent. So, yeah, very good. So we lived with my mum because we couldn't afford any furniture to start with. And then I only went across the road.
And what was the first job you had?
They were a sewing factory in Staveley, going into Staveley. They were called James Smith, and majority of people went on a sewing machine
That's
at
where the
James
girls
Smith.
went.
Yeah. I didn't like it. And I said to him on Friday, I said, I don't like it, I'm not coming no more. But he can't do that. I said, well, I'm going to go out with my dinner and I'm going to get another job. And I went round to a supermarket in Dells, it was called, and I started work there on Monday. You could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could in those days.
Majority of lads went either to Pitt or Staveley Works. So,
Well, the third choice was get pregnant and
well, yeah.
get a council house.
But there weren't benefits then, though, like now is there? You know, you went out. There were always a few. There's always going to be a few scroungers in there. But majority of people, you could just go up to a pit and you got a job done. And we had Robinsons. What did they do? Like bandages and everything. We've got Trevor, the sweet factory, which is Cadbury.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor that. We had Dima Glass at Whittington Moor. Pearson's Pottery. Well, I spent a lot of my working life at Pearson's Pottery.
Are any of them left?
No. Dima Glass is still there, but no, it's Dima Glass. Pearson's Pottery got knocked down. There was BTH that went. In fact, Chesterfield Football Club's on that ground now. Proact. Do you know Chesterfield? No. Yeah. Lots of memories. I've got mindful useless information.
You have mixed feelings
About what?
about this sort of thing because it brings back a lot of
I
stuff.
love it. Absolutely love it. Because I'm very passionate about where I come from, though.
You're one of the biggest contributors to the Facebook site. I've seen so many of your comments.
Yeah.
No, they're very...
I have put a lot on of my family. You know, personal pictures of my mum and my dad and my grandparents. Yeah. As I say, both my grandparents lived in village.
What are your, if you have kids and grandkids, what do they think about you being on Facebook so much?
They love it. They love it. They love it. My granddaughter did tell me off at one bit. No, I put something on and you're liking it straight away. I didn't think I'd done no wrong, Doug. You're there, you're in straight away, she says.
Thanks, Barbara.
Yeah, she was 20 yesterday and all, my granddaughter. We've got grandchildren from 21 to 1. So we've been having grandkids for 20 years, Doug. We've got 14.
You've got 14 grandkids?
Yeah. Me and my husband's both been married before. Right. So we've got 5 kids between us. They're not his and mine. They aren't, you know. So we've got 12 and then my son's partner has got 2. So they're part of the family, aren't they, Doug?
That's a lot of Christmas cards.
Yeah. Presents. I have to start in January, Doug.
What, to be in time for December?
Yeah. Yeah, start.
Where are they all?
My son is the best man at a wedding, believe it or not. My daughter has just run me to tell me her flight's delayed. She was going at 4:45 and it's estimated for 5 to 7. She lives in village, my daughter. Other daughter lives in village. And they'll be at work. And then...
So most of them have stayed local?
Oh yeah. I mean, my son had come to live here, but he can't get a house. Can't get a house.
If he can't get a council house, can he buy a house, or are there no houses?
Well, because they've had both of them's marriages broke up, right? Sold her house. She sold her house, and they rent now. But it's a private rent, so they could. It's wrong. It's wrong, isn't it? That they can't come back to live where they were born here.
That feels wrong.
Yeah. Because these people come, they go. Another one comes in, they go. Some come and settle. But I don't think it's right when the people who born here, parents born here, grandparents born here,
Can't live here.
and they can't live here because they can't get a
Do you think they will come back here one day?
My son will come back.
Keep trying.
Yeah. As I say, it's got to be a private rent. That's what my daughter's just moved into. Private rent, so.
Jamila.
Well, that one that's just hiding behind the door is me. That one is my sister, Lillian, who's here today. That's Anne, the youngest one. And that was Eileen. Unfortunately, Eileen's not here with us anymore. But I don't know who this little girl is. But I think she was bought that for her birthday and she came round to show us. And my mum's hiding as well behind the door somewhere.
Do you remember anything about this picture being taken?
No, to be honest.
What goes through your head when you see it now?
I absolutely love it because I don't have any photographs from my childhood, which is how this all came about. I mentioned to Neil Page, he'd started putting photographs on the Poolsbrook site, and I mentioned to him that it was fantastic to see them, and I hadn't got any from my childhood because we didn't have a camera. I mean, there were 7 children in our family.
And you hadn't even got a school photograph?
Yeah.
Nothing?
And Neil got that from Tony, and when I saw it, I cried.
And that's when I started thinking about this reunion and how fantastic it would be. And I just put the idea out, and I got so many people interested in wanting to come. We just had to go for it, really, didn't we?
And have you seen people here today who you haven't seen for a long time?
Yeah, a girl I used to go to school with, I haven't seen her for 42 years.
42 years?
Yeah.
That must be a record. What was it like when you met her?
It was amazing, amazing.
Does she still live locally?
She lives near me. Yeah, she lives in the same
Are
village.
you going to keep in touch with her?
Yeah, she's coming back later tonight. Yeah, Sharon.
What about after Poolsbrook, after this house?
We left Poolsbrook when I was 13 and we moved to Elm Street at Hollingwood. And because there was 9 of us in this house, my mum and dad used to have to sleep in the front room because I had one brother. And when we left Poolsbrook, we got a 4-bedroom house at Hollingwood, and you could fit all the furniture we owned in one room.
What luxury.
It was fantastic. It was a fantastic place to grow up. And when we had to leave because my dad became ill and he had to come out of the pit.
Does that mean you lost the house?
Well, they were tied cottages, yeah. So the house we got at Hollingwood, he got with the job he got working at Staveley, Stanton Staveley. And I cried because I really didn't want to leave the village. But I used to babysit for a family. And for years after, I still used to come back for the weekends to babysit them.
So Angie, what did you think when you saw that photograph of yourself?
I was shocked, actually.
Why were you shocked, Angie?
I don't know, it was just strange.
It's a lovely photograph. It's a lovely photograph.
There's one in there of me, my brothers and sisters, and my mum. 270, please.
Do you think Neil shouldn't have put it up on Facebook?
No, I'm not bothered. It don't bother me. Don't bother me one bit. Are they all going on Facebook, these pictures? Some of them are on.
Right. Tell me about Zena and the bird.
I wasn't very friendly with this bird called Beauty. The story was my middle brother David and my granddad used to take us miles and miles, and we walked. There used to be a walkway right up to Duckmanton, and my brother was so into wildlife, loved birds and things, and they found an injured magpie. So we brought it back home with my granddad, and he wanted initially to take it home to my mum, and she says, no, I don't want it. So we knew that Grandma and Grandad had let us have it. So we had it there for about 6 to 8 weeks till it got a little bit better. And my Grandad and my brother took it right back up to fields, right nearly into Duckmanton, and by the time they got home, the magpie was back down onto my Grandma's house. So, and it would never, it just, they just
Where
kept
did
it.
she keep it?
Kept it in a cage, but it was always allowed to fly about the house, and I was so frightened of it.
Would you describe this magpie as friendly?
Well, my brothers weren't frightened of it, and it never pecked anybody else, only me for some reason, because I think it knew that I was a bit frightened.
Where did it like to attack you, in the house or outside?
No, it was always in the house. Grandma had a settee with legs on, so it'd either come on your shoulder and start pecking, or it'd sneak under the back of the settee and broach my ankles. But you see, I used to broach you with a pencil in the cage.
And what happened to the magpie in the end?
I cannot remember how many years she had it, but it were years and years, and it got so old and decrepit. I mean, it died, but my brother would probably remember it. It were years. And I mean, she even had it when she left Poolsbrook, but I just can't remember. But everybody knew her for this magpie. Do you know when my granddad used to have door open on a summer's day? It wouldn't fly away. It'd just stand on doors sometimes, and people used to walk past because you have to go under everybody's washing and past everybody's door, and it used to fly out and attack them. It really did.
Do you still dream about it now?
I dream about Poolsbrook. I don't like magpies anymore. I really don't. I always have to salute to them, but I don't like magpies.
I haven't got your